Hi there and good evening. I'm Patrick Park in Hong Kong. You're watching ViuTV News. Coming up on tonight's show, Donald Trump says a major conflict with North Korea is absolutely possible. The US president stirs up a storm also by asking South Korea to cough up $1 billion for its anti-missile system. And here in Hong Kong, property prices hit a record high for the 5th month in a row. And here with us today is Evelina Leung in the studio. Evelina, I don't know about you, but I'm mighty excited about our new set and our new look.
Well, the chairs are really comfortable and we're the same height now.
I'm not sure whether that makes you look really big or me look really small. Anyway, thank you for that, Evelina. First up, though, in an exclusive interview with Reuters that's shaken the region, US President Donald Trump said a major conflict with North Korea is possible in the standoff over its nuclear and missile programs. Justin Mitchell reports.
President Donald Trump on Thursday telling Reuters in an interview he's pressing for a diplomatic solution to the standoff with North Korea over its nuclear program, but saying a military confrontation can't be ruled out.
There's a chance that we could end up having a major conflict with North Korea. Absolutely.
But Trump issuing a stern warning to North Korean leader Kim Jong-un that any move against South Korea would come at a punishing price.
Is he willing to destroy his country, and is he willing to destroy millions and millions of lives and people?
Trump talking to Reuters just as he finishes up his first 100 days in office with a handful of major accomplishments and notable defeats on immigration and healthcare, but promising there will be more on the way soon. Trump also praising Chinese President Xi Jinping, saying he believes Xi can help defuse the situation in North Korea.
He certainly doesn't want to see turmoil and death. He doesn't want to see it. He's a good man.
And after agreeing to renegotiation of the NAFTA treaty this week, which he'd threatened to terminate, Trump declaring the U.S. trade deal with South Korea is, quote, unacceptable, and announcing it would also be renegotiated, or the U.S. will be pulling out.
Well, meantime, the U.S. Secretary of State has told Fox News he's hopeful that China will be cooperating with America in getting tough on Pyongyang.
There is significant communication going on weekly between ourselves and our counterparts in China. We know that China is in communications with the regime in Pyongyang. They confirmed to us that they had requested the regime conduct no further nuclear test. And in fact, we were told by the Chinese that they informed the regime that if they did conduct further nuclear tests, China would be taking sanctions actions on their own.
Well, China's yet to confirm these statements made by the U.S. Secretary of State. For the latest on Beijing's stance over Korean Peninsula tensions, we turn to Dan Epstein in the capital city.
Well, it is alarming that both China and the USA, two major players in this issue, have both spoken now about the real possibility of this becoming a conflict. Yesterday, President Donald Trump said that we may have a major conflict with North Korea. And today, China's Foreign Minister Wang Yi saying to a Russian diplomat that things could get out of control. And also, there's been some developments on China's side. Over the past week, China has launched its first ever home-built aircraft carrier. It's also asked its troops along the Korean border to maintain combat readiness. So all suggesting that China wants to be prepared should a conflict break out. But it's worth noting that China has remained consistent in saying that it doesn't want conflict. It doesn't even want the buildup of a military presence in the area. It wants to solve this issue through peaceful negotiations with North Korea. But when you're dealing with such a volatile and unpredictable neighbor, they want to be prepared for anything.
Dan Epstein there in Beijing. Meantime, Trump has stirred up yet another storm by asking South Korea to cough up money for the Terminal High Altitude Area Defense, better known as THAAD. Here were his precise words.
It's a $1 billion system. It's phenomenal. It's the most incredible equipment you've ever seen. It shoots missiles right out of the sky. And it protects them, and I want to protect them. We're going to protect them. But they should pay for that, and they understand that.
Okay, for more on that controversy, we cross to Seoul correspondent Joseph Kim.
That has been a controversial issue, being met with fierce local protests near the host site, as well as condemnations from other countries, including China and Russia. It's also been an important topic in the upcoming presidential elections, with some candidates even arguing for a re-evaluation and a complete reassessment of the effectiveness of the missile battery. Despite not having an elected president, the U.S. still pushed through the THAAD deployment this week, installing key components in the middle of the night. South Korea's defense ministry, however, denied President Trump's claims, while an advisor to the top presidential contender called the remarks impossible.
Joseph Kim there in Seoul. And saying on Trump-related news, the president has spurned his Taiwanese counterpart's suggestion that the two leaders hold another phone call. Trump's problem is that he doesn't want to cause trouble for China's president. Eve Johnson has that story.
Two exclusive Reuters interviews, two totally different signals on Taiwan. U.S. President Donald Trump on Thursday saying, "I don't think so," when asked if he was ready to take another phone call from Taipei. His comments coming just a day after Taiwan's president said she'd be happy for another chat.
We are, of course, looking forward to the opportunity to communicate more directly with the U.S. government during important moments and regarding key issues.
President Tsai Ing-wen had rung up Trump shortly after he won the White House, the first such call in decades, and one that angered Beijing. Now Trump is saying that when it comes to diplomacy, it's China first.
Well, my problem is that I've established a very good personal relationship with President Xi, and I really feel that he is doing everything in his power to help us with a big situation. So I wouldn't want to be causing difficulty right now for him.
That big situation is North Korea. Trump referring to signs that Beijing is making an extra effort to head off more missile or nuclear tests by Pyongyang.
Okay, back to local news now, and some disappointing news for aspiring homeowners. Hong Kong private property prices hit another record high last month. That means it'll be record prices for the 5th month in a row. According to the government, March property prices rose just over 2% compared with the previous month. Year on year, prices surged 17.8%. Property developers believe that prices will continue to go up this year, but the rate of increase will slow down. Meantime, the supply of private homes has also hit a record high this year. According to the Transport and Housing Bureau, 96,000 first-hand private homes are expected to be available in the market, as the number of units planned to be built at granted sites has reached 27,000 in the last 4 months. But an analyst told Now TV the increase in housing supply is not enough to satisfy the growing demand unless there are 100,000 first-hand homes available in the market. He said prices will continue to rise as the public isn't confident that the government can secure land supply easily. All right, Evelina here with us for more on that. It's going to be pretty disconcerting for aspiring homeowners out there. When are prices going to become more affordable, do you think?
Well, according to property experts, not anytime soon. I mean, one property developer that I spoke to expect prices to go up even more this year. He said that, however, the rate of increase will slow down. That's because property prices have gone up significantly in the first half of this year. And he said, quote unquote, housing prices, should I say, have to be affordable or else no one will buy them. Now, another analyst I spoke to recently said that Hong Kong prices are close to their peak and are economically unsustainable. However, he did not say what that peak is, so we don't know how much further prices can go up. Now, so the conclusion that we can draw from these two comments is that property prices won't come down this year unless something big or significant happens. So, for example, another outbreak, another SARS outbreak, or another stock market crash.
All right, well, something certainly for the incoming administration, I should say, to think about when Carrie Lam's government takes over. Anyway, thank you for that, Evelina. Let's move on to our next story now. And two disqualified lawmakers, Sixtus Leung and Yao Wai-ching from Youngspiration, appeared in court today over charges of unlawful assembly inside the Legislative Council building last year. The pair were at the Eastern Magistracy this afternoon. No plea has been taken yet. Prosecutors are accusing them of joining an unlawful assembly that disrupted the order outside a LegCo meeting room last November. Their three former assistants are facing the same charges. The 5 could face an alternative charge of attempted forcible entry to the meeting room. Their case has been adjourned until May 26th. Now, Tianjin court today sentenced human rights lawyer Li Heping to a 3-year suspended jail sentence. He was found guilty of subverting state power in a closed trial on Tuesday, according to the court's Weibo social media account. Tense moments at Li's residence in Beijing this morning as national security officers went to bring his wife to Tianjin to be with Li. She refused to follow them and insisted her husband is innocent. Li had previously defended practitioners of the banned Falun Gong spiritual movement and was detained along with some 300 rights lawyers and activists in a major crackdown on dissent in 2015. Reports say Li will not be appealing the ruling. Okay, do stay with us. There's plenty more to come on the show, including the world's last male white northern rhino has just joined the dating app Tinder. Find out why.
There's a saying,